Hello, it's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. Come and join me in the kitchen today because I'm going to show you how I make chicken cutlets. I think you're really going to like it. They're simple, easy, very delicious, okay? All right, so come on because you don't want to miss this. All right, are we ready? We're ready, okay. This is what I've got here. I've got two chicken breasts that are thawed out. Now these chicken breasts are from Walmart. They are a package of frozen chicken breasts. And so I thawed them out in the refrigerator the other day in preparation for this dish. Now, you can see that these are fairly thick. Now, one of the characteristics of a chicken cutlet is they are thin, and we want our chicken cutlets thinner than this. And actually, I'm going to divide these two in half. I'm going to pound them out in a zip bag, and so we're going to end up with 4 chicken cutlets. Okay? All right, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this one in half. Let's see, which would be the best way to do that? I think I'll just do it like this. Just cut it in half. And actually, because they're so thin, sometimes if your cutlets are actually bigger, or rather your chicken breasts are bigger, you can divide them in half and make them go farther, okay? And plus, if you pound them out when they're really big, I mean, they're like plate size. If that's the way you want them, that's great. That's no problem. All right. Let's get this one cut up. Now that looks pretty good. So, now there's a little bit of fat on these. I'm not worried about that. I really don't care about that. That'll cook off. It'll be fine. Honestly, I don't care about it. Okay. All right. So, here we go. Now, you can pound these out with anything you want. I'm going to use this little thing. Because honestly, I don't know what it's called. I guess I could call it a pounder thing. Would that work for you? Maybe. It's just a kind of a, I don't know, wooden metal. Let me throw these back in here and put this aside in the sink. Because we don't want any contamination, right? Okay. So, I'm going to seal this up because I don't want chicken juices going everywhere. And because these are smaller now, I'm just going to do a couple at a time. Now, you want them thin, but you don't want them too thin. Okay? And you try to pound them out as evenly as you can. See there? Okay, I'm going to do the other one. And don't you like how you're sitting through all this noise? Okay. About like that. Okay? We got those two done, and then we're going to do the other two. Now we started out with 2 pieces of chicken breast. Now we're going to have 4 pieces of chicken breast. So we originally would have had 2 large chicken cutlets, and now we have 4 chicken cutlets that are reasonable size. Well, we will have when I get done pounding them. Now, here we go. And you know what? If you've had a bag that's had crackers or something in it, or something that wasn't liquidy or whatever, use that bag. You actually use any bag you have to pound them in. That keeps your chicken contained. All right. This one. I'm doing this one. Now you don't have to use frozen chicken breast. You can use fresh chicken if you want to. I'm going to assume this was fresh frozen. I hope. Now see if that fat bothers you, take it off. That fat does not bother me. I'm fine with it. Okay. So I think that looks pretty good. They're thin but not terribly thin. Alright, now I'm going to put these back in the bowl here. And I'm going to, oh my word, that little piece is not coming out, so he's going to go into decoupage. Okay, so now I'm going to season these. Now listen, you can season these any way you want. You can season them with salt and pepper. I'm going to put some salt on here and pepper, but I'm thinking I might put some lemon pepper on here too. Get them turned over because we want it on both sides, as you can see. And come on. And I'm going to salt and pepper them on the other side. So I'm thinking I might put some lemon pepper on there, but if you want to put garlic powder, onion, a little bit of cayenne, well, that would be tasty. You season them with your favorite seasoning. You season them however you like. That's fine. I'm using the basic salt and pepper, and I'm going to put a little lemon pepper on there too. All right, now if I can find my lemon pepper. There it is. I hope you guys are doing great. You know, I live in Iowa, so I was in the derecho. The hurricane in Iowa, that's what we had. I had some damage to my house. A tree, well, half the tree fell on my house. Damaged the roof, but I'm in pretty good shape now. We didn't have any power for a while, and it was pretty rough, but not as rough for me as for some people. You know, we just gathered together and got things going and things picked up. And, actually, my roof is fixed. It had a hole in it. It looked pretty terrible, but now I'm doing really good. So, just keep us in your prayers here. Cedar Rapids, Iowa still having a very rough time. A lot of areas still are having a very rough time of it. So, just remember us. Don't forget us. Okay. There we go. Now, I'm going to let these sit in their seasonings for a few minutes, a little bit, while I get my skillet ready. Got my cast iron skillet here. You can use any heavy bottom skillet that you like. And while I get my dredging station ready. And I'll show you what that looks like in just a minute. Alright. I got my pan, got the fat in the pan. Now listen, the pan, the oil should be about, I got about 1 inch in there, I guess. See if you can see that. See that? Okay. Now, what I have over here, I've got my dredging station. That's what I call it. And what I have here, I have some seasoned flour. It's just seasoned with salt and pepper. And I've got an egg wash. It's just egg and water. And how much you use depends on how many cutlets you're making. And I got some seasoned breadcrumbs. These are just breadcrumbs that I make myself from stale bread, or you know, the ends of bread that somehow get left. I just freeze them, and then when I get enough, I toast them and grind them up and do this to them, and so that I always have breadcrumbs. But you can use any breadcrumbs you want. If you want to use some you already have, or make some, or use the panko, you can do that too. No problem. So, all right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of our cutlets and we're going to put it in the flour. Now, this may seem a little odd to you, but this is how we're going to get that nice crispy crust. And then we're going to put it in our egg wash. See there? Let that drain off a little bit. And now we're going to lay it in our breadcrumbs. Now, I've just seasoned these breadcrumbs with salt and pepper. Make sure my oil's good and hot. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty good. Now listen, you want to give your oil a good start, but you don't want to have it smoking. If it's smoking, it's too hot. And if it's so you just want it kind of shimmering a little bit. And then, of course, you're going to turn it down and kind of adjust it, okay? So, here we go. Got one in there. Put it down here so you can see. I'm going to do the next one. Remember, flour first. Now, the flour and the egg wash really helps your breading to stick on. Otherwise, you know, your breading kind of has a tendency to fall off. You don't want that. That doesn't make a good cutlet, does it? All right. Let's do one more here and show you how we got it. Now, we're going to, there we go. Now, I like to use a plate for my breading. I find this is much, much easier than a bag or shaking it in a bag or that kind of thing. This is just easier for me. All right, I'm going to continue to bread these, and then when we come back, I'll show you how they look. By that time, we should be ready to turn them over. But I think you get the gist of it, don't you? I'm sure you do. Okay. One more down. And here we go. All right. Be back. All right. Now, you can see how you have to watch it because they can get a little dark kind of quickly. But keep in mind, these are pounded out thinner, so they tend to get done faster, which that's what we're looking for. That one there is not very pretty, but that's okay. We don't care. Now, we're going for good, not always pretty, right? So now you can see here, they look kind of thick, don't they? Because they have that nice breading on them. And the way we did the flour, the egg mixture, and then the breading, it gives them that nice crust, which that's what we're looking for. I don't know why that one tends to want to get so dark, but boy, it does. All right. I'm going to leave them in there for another minute, and then I'm going to take them out. Now, the way you can tell these are done, they will become firm. The more firm they are, the more done they are. See how this one's squishy? That one went in last. This one's squishy. This one getting there, and this one is really kind of nicely firmed up, isn't it? So I think we're going to take him out and see what happens. Now I've got about an inch of oil in here. Oh, look! He came apart! Oh no! That's alright. Now then, gonna let them crisp up, and then when I come back, they'll be done, and I will show you what they look like. Alright, there are the chicken cutlets. Now, they don't take very long to fry. These actually took about, I don't know, 7 minutes maybe. So I'm going to cut into one. I'm going to show you what it looks like. They don't take long because they're thin. And remember, the breading is what makes them look thicker. Now, you can eat these on a bun. You can, as a chicken sandwich, you can eat these with some white milk gravy put over the top. Oh, that's delicious. And you can also eat these with some wedges of lemon, which is the way I prefer to eat them. And actually, my youngest granddaughter prefers to eat them like that too. So, let's cut into one and let's just see what we have here. Okay. This is the one that he got brown really fast. So let's take a look. See? See how nice they are? They're nice. I'm not going to bite into it because it's very, very hot. But I just want to show you what that looks like. They're pretty fast to do. So, there you go. Chicken cutlets made the Simple Food, Simple Life way. Listen, I hope you give this a try. And if you like the video, please press like, hit that like button, and be sure and subscribe. And don't forget to share because everybody needs to know how to do this, okay? And it's very simple. If I can do it, you can do it, okay? And you just remember, as always, that little is much when God is in it. Okay? All right. I love ya, and I'll see you later.